What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to my YouTube channel, Let's Talk Tottenham. I am so excited for today. We've got such a great stream lined up for you. We've got poetry. We got actual poetry. And I'm so glad that people actually decided they were going to try to do that. So basically, I love to ask questions after the games. If you want to answer some of those questions, the best way to do that is to get in on our Discord server. There's a link in the description down below. I would love for you to be a part of it. That's the best way. Sometimes I'll post videos and you can comment on those videos, things like that. So, Regina, it's good to see you. Lemonade Cookie, what's up? It's so fun to be back with you guys. It's been a much better week, I would say, as compared to some of the last few weeks where after the Fulham game, I was a little worried we were going to have that same old, you know. But here we are, and we're back. Hello, Jack. Hello, Dakota. Come on, you Spurs.
Come on, you Spurs.
It's good to be back. And you guys, you know what I'm wearing right now, right? Got that Ndombele. Got that Ndombele on my back, because we are ready to go. All right, so today I'm flying solo. I decided, you know what? I have never done that before. I've never actually just had a show where it's just me and you guys. So I just wanted to try that today. So flying a little solo. What's up, John? Also known as Thomas Nation. Come on, you Spurs.
Come on, you Spurs.
Dude, you know I love that so much. So I'm flying solo, so you get in those comments or in the live chat. I'd love to connect with you today. And yeah, we're going to start out talking about the Fulham debacle. Yeah, I just can't believe we drew another game in those last few minutes. And then we're going to have right around the halftime of our show, at 2 o'clock, we're going to have some Tottenham trivia. So who's ready for some trivia? Get in those chats. And we got our first ever head-to-head chat. So we're going to have, it looks like Techno and Regina were the only two that said they wanted to go head-to-head. So they're going to be our two contestants. So that's coming up in just a little bit. And yeah, I also want to share a little bit about that amazing game against Sheffield United, that amazing goal by Tanguy Ndombele, Ndombele, apparently. So this is going to be a lot of fun. And as always, like I like to tell people, if you are in the chat and you see someone that I didn't see, just make sure you interact with them. Say hello. Always want to create that culture of hospitality and invitation here on Let's Talk Tottenham Together. And even if they support another club, you know what I like to say. Treat them well. And if they're an Arsenal fan, what do you give them? The silent treatment, because it makes them feel right at home. Okay, so let's first talk about that game against Fulham. That game against Fulham. You know, I brought up a couple things because I wanted to talk about this. Let's just pull up some of the breakdown that I saw, and I really appreciated this. So this is something I found on Twitter. Just a breakdown of what happened, because we all know what happened, right? Spurs were up by 1, and of course, we let a goal in at the end there. So here's a little bit of a breakdown of how that happened. So they talk about, you know, Sissoko should be out wide with this player over here. Aurier should be picking up this runner in behind. Sanchez should be anticipating the front post cross coming in. Dyer should be looking for the danger man and positioning for the far post cross. Right, and so you can see already we're a little bit in trouble. So let me pull this up. This is so that was the kind of the first breakdown, and here's the second one. And I think this just goes to show how bad the defending really was. So here we are at the end of that play. You remember Sanchez goes sliding, you know, out of the touchline. Sanchez loses his man too easily. A cross is pinged in. Aurier should be where Sanchez is instead of Sissoko. Sissoko is out here marking, tracking. No one. Winks is where Sanchez should be, but picking up late runners at the edge of the box. Dyer is oblivious to the threat, and Reg is marking 2 forwards, and that's how it breaks down. And it's just so disappointing to see that. So I'm coming back to these comments here. Why do you have to even talk about it, Boot? we gotta. We're talking Tottenham, man. I think it's part of the ride, and I want to talk about that because, this has been such a crazy year, and I wonder if the not having fans in the stands, Jose is getting a little more leeway with the style of play. At the same time, Harry Kane is having, under Jose Mourinho, he is scoring left and right. He's participated in so many goals that it's hard to disagree with that style of play. I feel like, yeah, it's hard to disagree with Jose. Sometimes when I hear those post-match interviews, and we're going to talk about some people's comments about that, it's like he's always saying the same thing. He seems to always be blaming the players. But we've only had so many goals from open play. They've all seemed to be on this, left-hand side coming in on the cross. At least from my perspective, I'm not like doing some sort of deep dive into where the goals are coming from. But yeah, so we're going to talk about that a little bit here. Some people's thoughts about what they would say to Jose if they could have a minute with him. So I'm looking through some of these comments. John says he's at 104 subs. Congratulations, my friend. Smash the like button, guys, of course. And trivia will not be next week, in 2 weeks. And you can always add your name. I'll show you. We're going to actually have, this week, we're not going to have it be this way. But, dude, I got excited. This is what I did. Check this out. Let's do this. So I was going to have, like, whoever had their name thrown in the hat, we were going to literally spin the wheel. And we might do that anyway because I found this and it was going to be so fun to spin the wheel anyway. But so we'll do that anyway later. But so, yeah, if you want to be a part of trivia, get in the Discord. Make sure when we put the post in there that trivia is coming up, you sign up. We'd spin the wheel live to see who's going to be on the show. And participating in the trivia. It's going to be a lot of fun anyway. So first, let's just talk about this first question that I asked everybody. Here it is. You get 1 minute with Jose after the Fulham game, right? And what do you tell him? What do you tell Jose? I probably would have said, "Where's Deli?" That's what I would have said because I feel like, man, Deli is so important. And he's just nowhere to be found. And then you saw that, that Instagram picture, which, by the way, that's the question of the day. The question of the day is, do you think Deli is being mistreated by Jose? Or do you think Deli was rude to post that Instagram story? You can have your opinion. I want to hear from you guys first. But that was a question that was asked to me, and I thought that's a great question. You guys should let me know. So some of the things I'm seeing in the live chat. Eunice, I'm fairly new here, but got to support my Tottenham boys wherever. Whoa, well, welcome, my friend. Welcome. Jamie says, attack, attack, attack. Yeah, that's pretty much what we all wanted to say. Don't play Dyer. All right, hot take. Del Boy is getting absolutely shafted by Jose. Man, it's true. It's true. So, okay, here's what we got. So we got some comments in here of what people would say to Jose Mourinho. Let me read some of those. These are from the Discord server. Mark Afeno, and again, I just feel like
everybody says my name wrong.
Everybody says your name wrong, I'm sure. At least I'm saying your name wrong, and I apologize about that. But let me continue. It says Sanchez. I'm sorry, who? Oh, I'm reading the wrong question already. Here we go. What would you tell him? Shorty, 14342 says, stop sitting back after 1-0, please. It's costing us so many games. And keep pressing and being aggressive and attack more. Dude, I think we all want to say that. We've seen it so many times. It's like deja vu. We've seen this game so many times. I was watching, I was on Zoom with Dakota. We were watching the game and chatting about it a little bit. And gosh, got to that 70th minute and I was like, I feel like I know what's going to happen. It's that time where you just think, gosh, what are we doing while we're sitting back? We know they're going to score. And that's what happened. Ravenger would have said this to Jose. Is blaming the players the only thing you know how to do? And I would say in the heat of the moment, I might have felt that way, but this guy also knows how to win trophies. So, hopefully he can win us some trophies, but unfortunately, that is not what is happening. Let's see what we got going on in the chat here. Let's see. I think 3-4-3 might have been the formation versus Liverpool. Oh, it might be the formation versus Liverpool. Yeah, we can talk about that a little bit too, a little bit later in the show. Yeah, that's our next Premier League match. That's going to be a super important match. I think the players themselves sit back too much. It's not Jose's fault at the moment. And Techno, I'm glad you said that because it's interesting. There was an interview with Harry Kane post match after the Sheffield game where he said the manager is not telling us to sit back, but the players are doing it. And I think I said this. I can't remember what video I was talking about it. That I know Jose might be telling the players like go and attack, but they're so nervous about going on the attack that they'll lose their positioning that eventually they actually don't even, they don't even make they don't take any risks. And I wonder if that's what's really happening. And there were some other comments, about Sissoko basically saying, we're too focused on defense, and from what Jose says, that's not what he's saying. So that's an interesting thing. Eunice says, well, after that Fulham game, I tell him not to play 4 midfielders, of which one of them on the right wing. Yeah, ever again. Yeah, Sissoko on the right. I mean, that was an interesting choice, which actually leads to my next question, which I'll get to in just a second. But yeah, let me keep reading some of these comments because I want to keep getting to them as well. Here's what Luke had to say. Luke sent in some audio, and Luke, he always has a hot take. Luke, tell me your thoughts.
Hello, Spurs fans. It's Luke from Holland, Michigan, here in the United States.
What's up, Luke?
Do you feel like there's a glitch in the Matrix? Because I'm getting a case of deja vu.
Yes.
Whoa, to quote Keanu Reeves. Now let's talk Tottenham. If I have 1 minute with Jose, I would give him a huge hug and tell him he's loved. And he doesn't need to prove anything to the media, himself, or the soccer gods.
Okay, first of all, I love the idea of like if you had the opportunity to have a minute with Jose, you'd give him a hug, right? Like who wouldn't want to give this guy just a big old hug? Especially look at that frown on his face. He needs a hug. He absolutely needs a hug. All right. But then he doesn't need to prove anything to anyone. I think there might be something there. Maybe he's got a little chip on his shoulder still, wants to prove that his style of play can work. All right, let's continue, Luke.
It's okay to say you're wrong, Jose. It's okay to change your tactics. It's okay to play bail.
It is.
I just want you to feel happy.
I just want you to
Who should lose their starting position? Honestly, nobody. It's not about how you start. It's about how you finish. And our second half substitutions have been thrown into the lion's den of tactical purgatory. And last, a top 6 in domestic cup? Yeah, that'd be a success to me. Honestly, the past week and the past year have taught me that football, even in its most Spursy of times, can never be as terrible as the world we live in right now. Come on, you Spurs.
Dude, that's a hard one to say. Come on, you Spurs, too, when you're talking about the world being as terrible as it is. But come on, you Spurs. Anyway, so those are the next couple questions. Let me show you my next question. My first one was if you had a minute with Jose. And then my second question was who should lose their starting position? Now, the reason why I kind of said this is probably a poorly worded question. This is not so much about the players for me as much as it's about Jose. Jose is saying, these are the players I trust. These are the players that I think should be our starting 11. And so who do you maybe not trust as much? And I would go back to what you were saying, Eunice, that Sissoko out on the right. Like I would have much rather seen Dele. I would have much rather seen Lucas, somebody else. So anyway, those are some of my thoughts about that. So a couple other people said this about who should lose their position. Marcafano said Sanchez because he doesn't have a football brain. Dyer takes too long for his passing, and Dele should start, over Sissoko on the right. And I would agree with that. I don't know about Dyer taking too long in his passing, although sometimes his decision making is a little bit longer. Shorty14324 says, I'm so sorry. Many people will probably disagree with me, but I'm going for Sissoko, and I would agree with you. He doesn't have enough of the quality to take our midfield forward, and I'm not saying he's a bad player. He's a decent player, but this Spurs squad isn't up for him. Maybe use him as a rotational player. We need an upgrade, and I call Sabitzer. He's a perfect one. He's creative and good defensively. Man, I think we all wish we had the funds to just go out and make some purchases, but I don't think that's going to be happening right now. But yeah, I would agree. I think Sissoko. I don't know about Sissoko being the right one for that choice. Now that being said, I was saying this on Holly's channel. Um, there were so many chances we missed. There were so many good chances that we missed. And if some of those were put away, this would not even be a close game. And I think that's what Jose would be saying is like, hey, it's not the tactics, it's not the starting 11, um, it's not putting away chances. So, and then the last comment about that was Ravenger. Ravenger said this. He said Ben Davies should lose his starting position, and that's personal, bruh. That's personal, bruh. He says Ben Davies is too consistent in that he never improves. And I've said this before about Ben Davies. I know that's why you're saying this. That I think Ben Davies is consistent. You know what you're going to get out of Ben Davies. And, which is a gift when sometimes, like I'll give you an example. Lucas Moura. Dude, sometimes he shows up. And it's amazing. He scores a hat trick for you, and in a moment of crucially needing a hat trick. But then sometimes he just disappears. So the thing about Ben Davies is he's consistent, and I like that about him. Ravenger always pushing back on me. I hear you, dude. Davies is consistent and he never improves. I don't know, but that's that. That's everybody has their opinion. That's what I love about this sport. Question number 3. Here's my third question. Pull this up. Now this one's tough for me, and I would love for you to tell me in the chat. Would top 6 and both the FA and the League Cup be success to you? And the reason why I say top 6 and no Europa is because there's no way we would get into the Champions League that way, right? Because if you won the Europa League, you're still in the Champions League. So basically, I'm saying, would you trade 2 trophies for the Champions League? You let me know in the chat. And so here's some of the comments. Again, Marcofano said no, there won't be Champions because there won't be Champions League. And when the 3rd season of Jose comes without Champions League money, we will be killed. Shorty said for this season, yes, I would take those 2 trophies over the Champions League. And then Ravenger says, no, Tottenham is a club that goes to the Champions League. It always has been, always will be. Ravenger, I don't know. It definitely hasn't always has been. It has been recently, and it's been wonderful. But yeah, so 2 trophies, but no Champions League. Personally, I would say that's a success for Mourinho in his first full season at Spurs. I would. Would I like it? Absolutely not. I want Champions League. I think it's so important for the club's future. I think it's so important, not just for like financially for the club's future, but in terms of the players that we can bring in. The reality is, I saw a report today that, oh gosh, and I always say his name wrong, Erling Haaland from Dortmund, that potentially Chelsea's going to break the bank to bring this guy in. And Spurs they don't have the funds to make those kinds of purchases. They don't offer the same types of contracts. And in some ways it's great, right? We're not paying Mesut Ozil to just sit on our bench. We're not paying Alexis Sanchez, buku bucks for nothing, for not even, coming out on the field. So in some ways that's a real positive for us, but yeah, if we don't get Champions League, if we can't make that kind of an offer of like, hey, you're going to be on the biggest stages, and especially when there's no fans in the stands, it's just really hard to see. You got 60,000 people in our stadium. It's like, dude, come and play in front of this week in and week out. That is such a draw, but it would be kind of tough to not have that as a draw. So as much as I would see it as a success and say yes, I would say 2 trophies, even missing out on the Champions League. I think that would be success because we haven't had trophies in so long. I think it would be bittersweet. It would be bittersweet. So let's go back to the chat here, see what we got here. Eunice says, definitely Dyer loses position. Regina, now you're pinging me. Yeah, Regina's favorite player is Eric Dyer. So welcome to the channel. You're going to have to really convince her strongly that he should lose his position. Davies is average. All right. My thoughts on Sabitzer is this: we can't bring him in because of the English quota of homegrown players. Yep. If we sell Delhi, I'd rather go for James Madison or Grealish or English and Premier League proven. Yeah, and I'm with you. We definitely need that English talent, and I think Skippy coming back will be huge. Um, it will be huge, but he's not coming back in January. Delhi looks like he is on his way out. I mean, he wasn't even in the squad. He wasn't even in the squad yesterday. That's just so disappointing to me. I saw this tweet. If you are a person that doesn't like language, I'm just going to give you a heads up. This one has language in it, but let's see here. So, in regards to Delhi and Jose really not getting along, this was posted the other day. I'll see if I can cover up a little bit of that. Here. So this is from a person on Twitter, Spurs News. Just cannot work out why Delhi and Jose don't get on. Dot dot dot. And this is a quote from the Amazon docuseries where Delhi comes back into the locker room, basically saying we're just smashing it long and defending. And I mean, I don't think we're just smashing it long anymore. We were doing that at one point during that season. But yeah, I just feel like Delhi and Jose are butting heads so hard right now. And it's so interesting to watch, right? Like they're both Instagram, I don't know, kings, right? Like Delhi Delhi's got his social media life. Jose's got his social media life, and to see the um, two of them would be, like arguing with one another about how to play. It's hard to see Delhi winning that argument though because he hasn't won anything near like our boy Jose has. So let me go back to the chat again. Let's see. Dakota says two trophies and still Europa League next year. Sure. Yeah, I think it would be okay. It's palatable. It's not ideal, but it is palatable. So yeah, I thought that about Delhi, and I feel like it's disappointing to see that the two of them aren't getting along. And I don't know what you really do because I don't know if anyone can really afford Delhi at this point, right? Like I don't know if he can be moved on. Because he's English, he's so important to us. Um, but yeah, so another just kind of like random news. Mauricio Pochettino has he has the virus, which is kind of crazy. He posted that on his Instagram the other day, saying that he's feeling all right, but he's got COVID-19, which is disappointing. I'll pull that up here. You can see. I feel like I do feel like this. I mean, I don't know what it's like to have like divorced parents, but I do feel like Daniel Levy and Mauricio Pochettino are like divorced parents. And here it is. This is just a picture of him describing that he's okay. He's feeling okay, but yeah, I just feel like, dude, checking in on this guy. He got that little trophy, which is cool. I understand that it's like basically nothing. It's like the community shield or something like that, which I guess we would be happy about. But but yeah, just one game for him, and he's already got it. So all right, let's see. One more thing I was thinking about bringing up. I want to bring up the current table. I want to bring up last season. I don't think is great to use because we've got two different managers involved. So let's just go back to 2018-19 and 17-18. And what we'll do is just take a look and filter it by however many match weeks we've got. So we've played 18 this season. So let's just go back to 18 and let me take a look at this here. So you see this? It's a little small maybe. I don't know if you can see that very well. Okay, so this is the 2020-2021 season. This is current. And oh no, I'm just kidding. I don't have the right season up. Go back here. 17 match weeks. So this was our last full season with Pochettino. And, I was just thinking about how is our current season doing? When you look at our current season, we've got 18 match weeks. We're 9-6-3. So let me do that again. Instead of 17, we've got 18 on here. We were 14-0-4. And we felt really strong. Now, here's what's so crazy about this. And this is why I wanted to just show you. So we were third. We had 42 points. Liverpool was running away. Manchester City's running away. And so we were 14-0-4. But by the end of the season, you do all match weeks, we end up in fourth. Just barely 1 point above Arsenal. And so, we're looking at this right now, and it's so tight. Like our title race is so much tighter this season than it has been probably since Leicester won it. And so I do think that there's still a lot of hope left, even though, I don't like seeing 9-6-3, especially when you consider how many points we've dropped. I think that's one of the most frustrating parts of this. We have dropped, here's the graphic. Somebody posted this on Twitter, and this is the last time I'll talk about a techno, and then we'll move on to something more positive. We'll talk about some trivia. But Spurs have dropped 10 points from winning positions. 10. And that is down around where Brighton and Sheffield have been. Now, it's interesting to see that so have Southampton, and Southampton are, up around where we are. And I think the draws feel like losses. And I want to end on a positive with that, because I feel like now that we're in this place where draws are feeling like losses, at least in the fan base, and I would say in the players, there is a shift of mentality. Whereas before, we would have maybe lost those games, or maybe we wouldn't have even been in a winning position for so long that we would have felt like we should have won. And Spurs have had this, at least as long as I've been a fan, I have felt like Spurs struggle against the smaller sides. They just don't. I forget who said it. It might have been Dakota or somebody that said that Spurs kind of play down to their opponents, or maybe I heard that somewhere else. But anyway, I do feel like that is starting to change. We are expecting to beat the sides that we are up against. Let's see what we've got over here. If we let go of Dele, he has to go for at least 45 million. At least 45 million. Yeah, he's. I think he's more. He's worth more to us than 45 million. Rodon is nice too. Yeah, Rodon is good. That must be a conversation I missed. PSG should be able to afford him, surely, you would think. But I remember talking to Alex, this was a couple weeks ago now, that the French leagues lost some of their TV revenue. So it might not be what it used to be. Poch, what a beautiful man. Absolutely. Let's see. Would you be open to the return of Poch once Mourinho leaves? That's a good question. I mean, yes. I would say yes eventually. Part of me wants to see Spurs adapt without him. Not in like a weird way, but I just feel like what I don't want is this. I just have such a romanticized idea of Pochettino. I was saying this to Regina last time we did the supporter spot. Like, I feel like someone tweeted, Pochettino taught us to dare, and Jose's going to teach us to do. And I get that. And I feel like Poch loves a project. Seeing him go to PSG is kind of sad for me, because I know his personality, and he's going to win things like he did. He's going to win that, like their Community Shield or whatever, because they're PSG. So to have him not really have that project, I want Spurs to have that project again. So yeah, I would take him back, but I would say let's also give it a little bit of time. Maybe not just after Jose Mourinho. And if you listen to Dakota, he's already got who's lined up after Jose Mourinho. I'll let him put that in the comments. Luke Fair says, I haven't watched United recently. What's changed? United. You must be saying Man United. They're at the top of the table. That's one of the things that's changed. Um, Dakota's out. Nice, dude. Yeah, dude. Kids having trouble napping, so you ride around, take a drive. Done that once or twice. The Irish Hotspur. Big up to everyone. Smash that like and subscribe. Thank you. Ndombele is going to be world class if he improves his fitness levels. Yes, yes, yes. Oh, is that David Harris? I wondered if that changed. Okay, cool. All right, guys, it's time. It's time for some Tottenham trivia. So I'm going to be right back. You don't go anywhere because I want you to be using your brain for some trivia. And even though they're going, face to face, head to head, your brain needs to be in here too because you can get the points. You can steal them if you beat them to the answer. So give me 30 seconds and we'll be right back. All right, everyone, we are back and we are about to start Tottenham trivia. And before I jump into talking to our two contestants, I wanted to show this because I was so excited. I'm so bummed we didn't get to use it today, but for you to see this in the future. The way you sign up is being part of our Discord server, so get into our Discord server. If you want to be part of trivia, we'll throw your name on the spinning wheel, and then we will spin the wheel. And then from that spinning wheel, it would tell us who... Wow, that's really loud. In my headphones anyway. Who's going to be playing today? Now, we've got Regina and we've got Techno. Regina, would you tell everybody where you're from?
Hey, Spurs fans. I'm from South Africa.
Whoop, whoop. What time is it there right now?
It's 9:05
5
at
past.
night.
Okay, all right. So it's an evening. And Techno, how about you? Where are you from?
I'm from England, London.
Nice.
Um,
And time right
and
now?
over here is 7:05.
All right. Nice. Guys, nobody here in America says the time like that. I really appreciate having to do past 7. I don't, we got to figure that out over here in the States. All right, so here are the questions. We're going to start the trivia. The first 7 questions are always worth 1 point. And then the last 3 questions will be worth 3 points each. So there's a lot of points at stake. And just to remind everybody, I mean, these two are at the top of our leaderboard. we're not talking about just, any old person. These are our top 2 people. Let me show that one more time. Regina's in first place with 8 points. Techno's in second, tied with Ginty with 5 points. And we've got lots of space to put you up on our leaderboard. So get in the chat and try to answer these questions as fast as you can. So here we go. We're going to go with that first question. Are you 2 ready?
Yep.
Yeah.
All right. The first question is this. Name one of Harry Kane's dogs.
Oh my goodness.
Can you do
Wow.
this? And the
Harry?
chat's in on it too. So chat, if you know one of Harry Kane's dogs, you write it in the chat and you beat them to it, you'll get the point. Can you think of any?
Edward, maybe.
Edward, nope. Can't say yes to Edward. What about you, Techno? You got any guesses?
What about Kane Jr.?
Ooh, Kane Jr. That's a good guess, but unfortunately, no. I'm going to give the chat just another few seconds to see if anyone will throw it in there. At the moment, I don't think anyone's getting it, and that's what the whole fun of this is about. All right, I've got no clue. All right, we're just going to throw that one back into the pile. We'll ask it again later, so go look it up. It's kind of a fun story of Harry Kane's dogs' names. Okay, question number 2. Where did Son Heung-min play before coming to Spurs?
Bayer Leverkusen? Or Hamburg?
Yes! Well done,
Oh.
Techno.
Done.
Well done. Yes, from Bayer Leverkusen. Oh, so close, so close. Yeah, the chat was almost beat you guys to it. That was insane. Well done. Okay, question number 3. What year did Son Heung-min join Tottenham?
2015.
2015.
August.
Oh, that was like totally in sync. I'm gonna give it to you both, Techno and
Oops.
Regina. I couldn't tell the difference. I need to get like a buzzer or something so you could buzz in, but I don't know how we would do that over a live call. Well done. People are getting these in the chat as well. You guys are true Spurs fans. Okay, now this one is going to require some singing. Are you guys ready to sing?
Okay.
Here we go. Complete the lyrics to this Spurs song. We've got Ali, Deli Ali.
We
Just don't think you understand.
Yeah, go on. He,
He only
got-
costs 5 mil.
Yeah.
he's
He's better than Ozil.
Finish it.
We've got Dele
We've
Alli.
got Deli Ali.
Yes, that's it. I love it. And I just wanted to sing it one last time. You know what I mean? Like, we're probably never going to get to sing that.
Yeah.
And definitely this season, if fans can get back in the stands. I just wanted to hear it. Thank you so much for humoring me. I'll give you both the points for that one as well. I'm just writing down who's getting what. Yeah, everybody's going, we've got no chance in the chat. Yeah, that one's a little bit long. Sorry about that one, chat. But how about this one? You'll have a chance in the chat for this one. Question number 5. In what year did Spurs win the International Champions Cup?
2019.
That one's wrong. Sorry. Sorry.
2013.
Nope, not 2013 either. I'll give it to the chat. We'll throw it over. Ooh, someone got the name of the dogs in the chat, but it's a little too late. Chat, I'll give you another. What do we do? Another 5 or 10 seconds here. Do you know 1982, 2014? No, both of those are wrong. All right, we're gonna move on. Gotta look it up. I won't give the answers because I like to recycle them. That way I don't have to find hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of Tottenham trivia. So
Yeah.
Here we go. So question number 6. Gareth Bale famously held up a flag with 3 words in a particular order. What were those words?
Wales, Golf, Madrid.
Yes! Well done, Techno.
Nice.
Nice job. Wales,
Thanks.
Golf, Madrid, in that order. Yes. You know what, Rune? You've been in here. I'm gonna try to get some points to these people in the chat as well. You know what? Maybe I'll do this. I'll go back through and see who got first on the chat as well, and so that way they can be involved. All right. Last 1-point question. Who was the oldest ever player to play in the first team at Tottenham?
Oh.
The oldest ever player. And take a second, think about it. Who do you think is the oldest ever player to play for Tottenham?
Was it Michel Form, maybe?
Ooh, good guess, but that is sadly
Um,
incorrect.
what about um, what's his name again? Michael Dawson.
Not Michael Dawson, but we got it in the chat. Jack Bennett got it. It was the goalkeeper, Brad Friedel. Brad Friedel.
Oh,
So,
okay.
yep, Jack, I'm putting your
Okay.
name down. We'll get you up on that leaderboard as well. Well done. Yeah, American. I believe he was 41. I believe he was 41.
Whoa, that's over.
Yeah, he was super old. I don't
Is
think
he a
we're.
goalie or something?
Yeah,
Oh yeah,
yeah. He
goalie.
was a
Oh,
keeper. Yep.
Oh,
normally
okay.
goalies are really
Yeah.
old.
Okay. Now we're gonna up the ante a little bit. These are worth 3 points. All right. So they're gonna be a little bit tougher, but I fully expect you guys to do great with them. You've been doing awesome so far. Here is the first question. Spurs players won all but one of the PFA Young Player of the Year awards from 2011-12 to 2016-17. Can you name 3 of the PFA Young Players from those years?
Bale, Ali, um,
Ooh, the chat did it. Chat beat you to it. Kane, Alley, and
Oh,
Bale.
oh, I didn't think
you
injured.
were close though,
You were
Techno.
very, very close, Techno. But I'm going to give it to James Watson. Well done. Yes. So actually, here's all the names. It was Kyle Walker, Gareth Bale, Harry Kane, and Dele Alli. And actually, Dele Alli won it 2 times in
Yeah, that's what I
those
mean. That's
years.
why I didn't really think it was Kane.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
So well done. Well done. That was so close. And well done in the chat. All right.
That was
Question
good.
number 2. Going back to Son Heung-min, because I think that guy's going to sign a contract really soon. Don't you? It
Yep.
just seems like all the stuff going on in their Twitter and everything. So, all right, Son Heung-min finished his basic training for the military during the suspension of the season last year. And he finished in the top 5 of how many trainees? Do you remember how many other trainees there were? It's a tough one.
Was it like 200 or 250?
You're
Um,
close, but not quite.
is it 150?
Ooh, so close. So
No,
close. I'm seeing 400. I'm going to get to the chat like another 10 seconds.
Is it
Can you do?
145?
Oh, man. Oh, man. Someone said 155,000. No, definitely
Whoa.
not that many. I'm going to leave it at that because, again, I would love for you to look it up. It's kind of an interesting stat, kind of fun trivia to check for next time. All right, last question. This one's worth 3 points. Here we go. Who was the manager for Spurs when they lifted the FA Cup in 1991?
Glenn
Um,
Hoddle?
Say it again.
Glenn Hoddle?
Nope, not Glenn Hoddle. Good try, though.
um,
Oh, Crispy got it. Crispy
oh,
in the chat. Crispy 1882. I think there's a typing error for a Q and an A, but I understand. It was Terry Venables. Terry Venables. So let me do that.
what? No.
Crispy 1882. And a fun little trivia fact for you. He was sacked the very next year. So hopefully that doesn't happen with Jose Mourinho. Hopefully we can win a cup and he will keep his job. Long may it continue, like Regina likes to say.
Yeah.
So you two, well done. I think you're still going to be at the top of the leaderboard because you got so many points. Well done to the chat for getting in there quickly. I loved that. So fun. Thanks so much for being a part of this, you guys. And hopefully we'll get some more people in here and we can have the 2 of you on again. That would be super fun.
That was really nice.
Thanks.
Yeah. All
This
right.
was really fun.
Awesome. All right. We'll see you in a couple weeks for more trivia. Adios.
Bye.
Bye.
Oh man, guys, I love this trivia stuff. I get so amped up about it. And I figured out how to do it so that you guys can participate. And I like the idea. It'll be like chat has its own. So if you're the first one in chat and you get it before the participants, then obviously you get it first. But if you're the first one to get it outside of that, it would be good. Oh, Alex, you're so kind. Everyone, subscribe. Yes, we're trying to get to 500 subs as fast as possible. We're getting close. Man, super fun to play some Tottenham trivia. But now, let me just let me just show you again. Here's what it looks like. This trivia board, Regina, Techno, Ginty's up there, Thomas Nation, Harry Kane, and we're going to be adding Crispy to that. We're going to be adding, who else was in here? James Watson, and Jack Bennett. So I'm excited to add some more names to our leaderboard, and hopefully we will stop hearing all the different sound effects I've got for trivia all at once. Okay, cool. So let's go back. Let's talk about Sheffield United, because that's where the joy was. That's where we finally found some points, more than 1 point. So here was my question for that. Bring this up here. So Jose chose Roden and Davies ahead of Toby. And if you're in the Discord, you know when I first posted this, I actually said Sanchez. I messed it up. And it was partly because I had just rewatched the game and Sanchez was coming off the bench. If you remember this, Sanchez was lined up to be subbed on. And so I messed it up. But yeah, so my question for you is, are you beginning to trust Roden just like Jose does? So you let me know in the chat. And here's some of the things that that people had to say. Regina, who we just heard on the trivia, she sent in some audio. Let me share her audio with you.
Hey Spurs fans, another 3 points. Finally, I was a bit surprised to see Rodon and Davies start ahead of Toby.
It's a little quiet. I apologize. She said she was a little surprised. Hopefully you can still hear it.
But they were both really solid yesterday, and Rodon was incredible. I mean, the guy was always at the right place, at the right time, making crucial interceptions,
Yes.
recovering the ball, and he was really good in the air. And in the 5 games he's played for Spurs, he's kept 4 clean sheets, and we've never lost those games. So that's massive credit to him.
That's a really interesting stat, Regina, and I like that a lot. It's so funny because I felt like that first game he was a little shaky. And I mentioned it in the last week after Marine. I felt like, man, just calm down a little bit. You're a little too excited. But I think that excitement is paying off. It's good to hear that he's won all the games he's started in. Let's continue.
And overall, the team played well, getting the 2 goals in the first half. And Ndombele killing the game for us with his brilliant, sensational lobbed goal.
Yes.
So yeah, job done. And let's look ahead to playing Wickham. Come on, you Spurs.
Hey.
Come on, you Spurs.
Come on, you Spurs. Yes. Let's look ahead to that. And then after that, we've got that big game against Liverpool. So let's see what the chat has to say. James Watson, love the trivia. Thanks. Yes, I love the trivia too. It's so fun to look up these interesting things, and it's always fun to have people to share. Let's see here. How does this channel not have 50,000 subs? Oh my gosh, you guys are too kind. Okay, so let's move down. Alex says, trust Roden as much as I trust Tanganga. That's a good take. And I feel like I trust Tanganga. Yeah, I mean, Tanganga did really, really well. But then I'm really nervous. I don't want to have, I want to have another Ledley King because Ledley King is amazing, but the injuries of Ledley King, you know what I'm saying? Sometimes I feel like that. Someone said that about Tanganga, and I feel like they might be right on that one. Rune said, I trust Roden more than Jose. I love that. 92 Flamethrower says, absolutely. Hina says, I think Jose doesn't trust him quite yet, but he wanted to play him for the sake of playing him, as well as resting our best CB Toby for the Liverpool game. That's a good thought. When I saw him being selected, I saw him being selected ahead and not to rest him because he didn't play against, did he play against Marine? Maybe I'm forgetting. But yeah, we got a whole week before we've got games. I mean, our next match is on Monday, and I wanted to talk to you guys about that. You let me know what you think. I was thinking, maybe we do a little watch along or something like that. If you guys would be interested in something like that. But there's a lot of great watch alongs. So if you want to watch along with Matt Hayes or whoever else is doing things, you do that. But yeah, I just thought, it just might maybe take a week off the show and come back with some more trivia. So you let me know in the chat what you're thinking. Alex says, I disagree with Eunice. with your point about resting Toby, that game is in a week. Yeah. Um, Toby is losing his pace, which I do think. Yeah, I mean he's definitely getting older. It's one of those things where both him and Super Yan. I feel sad that Yan is gone. I wish he was back. I love the two of them, but Yan has just been such a servant of the club. I really had hoped he would get some silverware with Jose and the gang. Let's see. Just joined the Discord server. Awesome. The first 100 people to join the Discord server, I think we're in the mid 60s, almost hitting 70 right now. You get all of the access right away. After that, you'll be started like a member plus, and you'll have to keep talking. The more you talk Tottenham, the more XP you get, and people are talking Tottenham day and night on there. So looks like there's some ideas to watch along. You should watch Matt Hayes and his watch along. Oh, dude, that would be super fun. I would love to join Matt. And yeah, dude, those guys are so much fun. I loved that clip. That was so sad, but I loved that Matt called it out like, dude, this is gonna get clipped because they all celebrated the goal and then it was offsides or whatnot. Okay, so that was my first question. Let's go back to this. The next question, and nobody answered this question, so I'll just answer it myself, and you can get in the chat if you want to answer this. But who makes your starting 11 against Wickham? So here's my starting 11. I just threw it out there, and look, I'm no Jose Mourinho. You know, I'm not. You know, I played some Football Manager in my day, but so here's how I would do it. And I know Dele Alli, you can see his face right there in the middle. I know that is a pipe dream, but a boy can dream, okay? So I've got Son and Vinicius up top. I want to give Harry Kane the day off. I also don't trust Wickham, if I'm honest. I think some hack and slash play could be involved, and I want to keep Harry Kane's ankles as pristine as we possibly can. And then, you know what? I liked how we lined up in terms of the five at the back. And I also liked how Doherty played against Marine with Delhi. So I loved how, man, Doherty was making those insane runs. He had that awesome volley, and Vinicius ended up finishing it. So I feel like that could be like a little bit of a partnership to see here. And I would love to give Dyer a day off and see Tanganga, see Roden. Now, this is a little bit trusting, right? Because Alex was saying you trust Roden as much as you trust Tanganga. Well, I'll put both of them out here. Maybe that's not totally worth it, but I think Højbjerg, keeping him in the center, he just is the glue. He's just so important. And I think Winks is good for a game like this. Get him some rotation. And yeah. Now, I will say this about putting Son up top. I'm not worried, but you know, Son sometimes can be streaky, and he's hit the post the last two games. I'm not worried about him. I feel like he and Kane are going to do great. I do wonder though if contract talks are happening, and I don't know, maybe he's a little nervous or something like that. You let me know in the chat, because it's definitely something to consider. All right, let's go back to the chat here. Love a watch along. All right, well, maybe we'll do a watch along. I'll see what Matt Hayes is doing, and maybe we can. It's hard to invite myself sometimes onto things, but we'll see if he'd be interested in doing something. Okay, Anthony, have you seen Sensational yet? The Sun documentary on Amazon. There's a Sun documentary on Amazon. Oh, we should do a watch along with that. That sounds so much fun. All right. No, I haven't seen it yet. I will definitely take a look. Toby plus Roden sounds great. Eunice says, no, I would take out Toby. I just don't want to risk him, especially in the Liverpool game coming up. Let me go back to that picture so everyone can see what we're talking about here. So I put Toby in the center there. Yeah, Eunice, it sounds like Toby's your guy. And I mean, it's not a bad choice. I personally would take Dyer a little bit ahead of him. Okay, James, why Wickham? Is that our next match? Yes, Wickham is our next match in the FA Cup. And then after that, we've got Liverpool. Techno says, Hart. Why Hart? Why not Gaza instead? Well, that's a good question. I just think Gaza's on his way out, personally. I think that he's going to be... I kind of actually... And there's nothing wrong with Gaza. Like, he's a great player. He's a great backup. But I just think Joe Hart seems to be the type of player that Jose wants. And when I say that, what I mean is he's won things in the past. He's got this commanding leadership that Gaza just doesn't have. You know, Gaza has some commanding good looks. I mean, I think we could all agree. But yeah, I just think that Gaza is, I think he's on his way out. I think it would be good for the squad in some ways because it's such a bloated squad. I mean, I don't even think he's on is he not on our Europa squad? It's just a lot. So anyway, something to consider. Um, let's see. Let me take a look at these. Yes. Regulon Tanganga, Roden, Toby Doherty. Yep. I like that. I like that. Gaza didn't even play against Marine, so it's unlikely he'll play against Wickham. This is true. I'd rather play an unfit Gaza over Hart. Interesting. Yeah, I mean, I'm not against it. I just don't, from what I've seen so far, I guess if I was going to predict Jose, I wouldn't even put what I put out here. So I like what you're saying. It's like, hey, if I could choose, you'd put out Gazaniga. He probably could use the time. Regina also says Gazaniga over Hart all day. That's awesome. Okay, sweet. So let's see. The formation looks like someone's finger is holding up a ring. Okay, all right. Dyer is as bad as Sanchez. Now that's a hot take. I don't think he's as bad as Sanchez. I did see this though. I saw on Twitter someone pointed out all of the different times that Dyer has missed his mark for a corner or a cross that led to a goal this season. I think it's been four or five times. I think that's a little harsh in some ways. I mean, you can be harsh. I mean, he's a great player and he can handle all the criticism. But I do think that he's our most solid center back right now. I think I would trust him the most. I think he works well with the team. So anyway, two more of these. Lifelong Atletico fan as well. And Toby played a vital role in our 2014 title win over years ago. That's why I hold him to a high standard and don't want us losing him to an injury. That's a really good take. I appreciate that, Eunice. Yeah. I mean, he is quality, and sometimes he'll ping a nice little ball over there to Sergio Reguilon, and Reguilon will get it into the box, and it's beautiful. KT, what's up, KT? I feel like I haven't seen you in so long. In the Discord. By the way, get in the Discord. That's the best way to share audio. You can send in 30 to 45-second clips, and I love playing those on here, and we're going to get to those in just a sec. We got some poetry to talk about in just a second. KT says, do you think playing three at the back was a test run for the Liverpool game, considering Liverpool's creativity come from their fullbacks? I think Jose is going to play a back three against Liverpool. So I didn't think about it that way. I think Jose liked the way we lined up against Liverpool the last time we played them. And unfortunately, we conceded at the very end, right? So personally, I don't think that's what he's doing. I think he was trying that out against a smaller side. And I think this is the way we're going to line up against these smaller sides that tend to kind of cramp, that not cramp our style, but the style of counterattacking. Like, I think he wants to see more action down the wings. But you could be totally right about that. KT, some of your takes on tactics and stuff like that, dude, I would trust you way more than I trust me. Okay, here's the one that I've been waiting for. I've been so stoked for this. Guys, poetry, baby. It's time for a poetry jam. I said Tanguy Ndombele is poetry in motion. Write a short poem describing his play. And I so love that you all jumped in so quickly. It was a short turnaround, less than 24 hours to get this in here. And you guys did not disappoint. And that's one thing I want to try to do on this channel is get some creative ways to talk about this amazing club that we all support from around the world. So let me read to you a couple poems, and then we've got Luke sent in his poem, which was amazing. But here's what they had to say. So Rob, he wrote this, a Tanguy haiku. Here's how it goes. Tanguy Ndombele, many wanted to sell him, but he's proved them wrong. that he has. He has proved them wrong. Dude, if you are a person, let's just confess right now. If you are a person that said we should sell Tanguy Ndombele, just confess, and let's just get it off our chest. Get it out of our system. Come back. We'll see the light. Tanguy Ndombele did not need to be sold. I'm so glad. I'm so glad he's come through. Come on, say sorry is right. Just admit it, and we'll all. I mean, that's the world we want to be. Like, if you were wrong, just like Luke was saying earlier to Jose, look, you got the tactics wrong. Just admit it. It's okay. Let's just admit it. If you were a person that said we should sell Tanguy, you need to turn around from that. Now, I will say this. I didn't say that about Tanguy. I am kind of saying it about Lamela and Lo Celso right now. Those are the two for me. I feel like Lo Celso he proved his place when Jose was like, dude, prove that we should buy you. But then after that, it's been kind of like, ugh. So, all right. So that was a great poem. Thank you so much, Rob, for saying in your Tanguy haiku. Here's Bill's Tanguy poem, which, Bill, I love this. I hope that I can do it justice as I read it. Here's Bill's poem. There are many names for Ndombele. Ndomballer, Ndombadboy, but I prefer Ndombele. With our record signing, the stars are aligning. His passes from heaven, he always makes our starting 11. Scoring outrageous goals and intricate passing, what a sight to behold. With Ndombele, Spurs are laughing. We are laughing. Oh, man, I love it. Bill, or actually, dude, snaps for these. Snaps for these. That was just a fantastic poem. Let me go back to this because I see someone putting Lo Celso with a bunch of question marks. Yeah, I still hope he can make it. I'm with you, Ed. And yeah, I don't know, dude. I'm a little worried. And maybe it's because of Lamela. Lamela he just struggles with injuries so much. I feel like we got to sell Lamela now while he still has value. Before he gets too much older. Lo Celso, I'm struggling. So, all right, that was Bill's Tanguy poem. Thank you so much, Bill. Let me let you hear this. This is Luke, his version of a poem. Let me play this for you to enjoy.
Hello, Spurs fans. This is Luke from Holland, Michigan, in the United States of America. I'm going to skip the first two questions and go right to the third, just like my strategy I used in my school exams worked great for me.
Thanks for just like going down the line in the United States. And yes, skipping the first two questions worked on your exams. That's awesome. All right, here is Luke's poem, dude. Here it is.
I'm going to adapt some original poetry by the 1970s classic by Hot Chocolate to describe Tanguy's day yesterday. Here we go.
Dude, the clearing of the throat. Are you ready? Because this song's going to be stuck in your head. It's going to be stuck in your head. So get ready. Here it is.
I believe in miracles. When you're in form, you sexy thing. Sexy thing, you. I believe in miracles. Since you came from France, you sexy thing. Where did you come from, Tanguy? How did you know I'd be the one? Did you know you're everything I prayed for? Did you know every night and day, for every day, you give me love satisfaction? Now you're scoring goals, giving hope to me. Come on, you Spurs.
Oh my gosh.
Come on, you Spurs.
Dude, I really wish he had sang it. But still so good. My cheeks hurt from smiling so much. Dude, I love this. You guys make this show so much fun to do. Thank you, Luke, for making us all laugh, bringing some joy to this. And lastly, I want to share this one. This is also from Regina. Let me pull this up here. Also, so many crying, laughing emojis. Luke is way too funny. It's so awesome. All right, let me get you this one. This is Regina's poem. And guys, it even has pictures. I love it. I love this so much. Regina, thank you for sending this in. This is an acrostic poem with his full name. I was just thinking you would just do first name or maybe last name, but Regina, I will read this out with all of my heart because I wanna do it justice because I think this is amazing. Here we go. Technical ability is second to none. Attacking skills leave defenses undone. No point in pressing him because he's resistant. Go ahead if you dare. He'll pass you in an instant. Utter class when the ball's at his feet, I'm assuming. You'll hear the yids sing about him on the streets. Number 28 for THFC. Dribbling past players is his cup of tea. Opposition's defense is always stressed because he's the midfield maestro at its best. Baller is his middle name. Easing past players is his game. Levy paid 56 mil for this gem, who's evidently one of the best mids in the Prem. This, oh my gosh, just... I don't use this very often, but for you, Regina, that is a true wow, like absolute wow. I wish I had like an applause drop in here. I don't have an applause drop, but just, man, snaps, claps. That was absolutely just a second wow. Let me just bring that up again so you can see it. This is just such a great poem. Yeah, so awesome. This is what I love about Spurs fans. Creativity, real passion, joy in the highs, you know, just devastated in the lows. This is what being a Spurs fan is all about, and getting to share some awesome poetry like this is just so cool. Thank you so much, Regina, for being a part of this show and also sending in your poem. All right, guys, so that's the end of the show today. Next week, yeah, maybe we'll do a watch along together. And I've never done something like that. I tried it once like a long time ago, probably before any of you guys were subbed to me. So we'll try something like that. Maybe I'll connect with Matt Hayes. But thank you so much for watching this show and being a part of it. Get into the Discord server, and also just anytime you want to answer those questions or you just want to throw a hot take in the You Tell Me section, do it. I love to read them. It's a pleasure for me, and I love sharing this with you. And yeah, so next week we'll figure something out. 2 weeks from now is trivia, so we won't have trivia next week, but we'll have trivia the following week. You guys are amazing, and as ever, it was great talking with you.